Well, welcome to Essex North Shore Agricultural and Technical School. We're in the main lobby of our campus, and we'd like to show you around today.
We're at the main entrance to the cafeteria or the lunchroom, and we're at the Maple Street Bakery, which is on the main floor, and there's a fitness center.
Now there's another one over by middle by the Market Basket. That's like I think it's North Shore Community College, right? It's like
yes, yeah, they have a culinary. Yep, they have a culinary program.
So that's completely separate from.
Completely separate. Yes. Yep.
Those are older. Those are like college kids.
College kids. Yeah.
What is this salon all about?
So we do have a full-service salon, so you can actually come and get your hair done, your nails, makeup. You know, my daughter actually last year came and got her prom hair done here at a very affordable price. Students that graduate, like those 5 girls there, they actually got their cosmetology degrees just by coming to school here. So the savings is about $15,000, you know, just by coming to school. Yes, yeah. Yes, yeah, open to the public. Yeah.
Okay, just to give you a little flavor of why we're here is basically we wanted to showcase the building, the students, the programs that are happening here. In addition, today we were brought up to date on the Larkin building, which will be something unique as well. And you're from Belchelder Architects?
Design Lab Architects is the name of our company.
And you're from where?
Our office is in Boston.
Okay.
And so
Not in Cambridge.
No, I live in Cambridge, but the Boston office is considered.
Well, no, I
jumped to conclusion.
I've worked with a lot of architects from.
Yeah, there's certainly a lot of architects in Cambridge.
Yeah, so we have, you know, part of, I always say, because we're a tech school, that we have an obligation to the students and the parents, but we also have an obligation to the workforce. So we do have programs that focus on industry training for adults that might be looking for jobs, so it's skilled training. And we also have community enrichment, which are kind of more fun programs that community members can take, like baking boot camp, interior design, intro to farming. So it's a lot of programs that we have going on. We try to keep the building running nights and weekends as well, because what good is it if the lights are out?
What do you do on the weekends?
Well, we just wrapped up a 300-hour manufacturing class that was 3 nights a week and all day Saturday from 7 to 3. And that was a 300-hour class that's been in session since January. And additionally, we have events, community events. We partner with as many organizations as we can. So one that we partnered with recently was an agricultural organization called the North Shore Day Lily Society. So they sold lilies. They had various different kinds of, you know, lily plants out of the farm stand. And you know, there are other events come in. It's not just agricultural. We do a lot. You know, the automotive industry will come in and have their NAPA training here. It's really endless. So we're just getting started. This summer we'll have a lot of time too. Yeah.
Look at that weight watch.
But Bonnie's also kind of running and overseeing the Larkin project, meaning not overseeing the actual building of it, but fundraising, because we're looking at fundraising all of the funds. And we've already received $40,000 in private donations, and we just received a $100,000 Cummings Foundation grant.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Paper, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
100,000. So we have, you know, we only have $1 million left to raise, but I'm sure we can do that easily.
So tomorrow night here, we're hosting the Chamber of Commerce. We're having a multi-chamber event here, which will include the North Shore Chamber, the Cape Ann Chamber, Beverly Chamber, upwards of 150 people. And at that event, that will be here in Culinary. It will be an after networking opportunity that they usually have. Sometimes they have at the restaurant, so we're hosting them here. And it's going to be a great opportunity to talk a little bit about the Larkin Cottage project. And we have a donation site set up now that has level funding, because a lot of the businesses will be able to use the property because it will have a capacity to have 150 people in the exhibit or the function hall that will be part of the project. So I know that they're looking forward to hearing about that.
Well, that's great because it's a full-use facility, and you know, what we've been hearing is a lot of activity that's happening here. And you know, being just down the street on 62, I mean, it's very close, but there's a lot of traffic down here too.
Well, last night we had a graduation ceremony for one of the adult programs, and one of the nights last week we had over 40 advanced manufacturing companies here that were hiring, and we partnered with Shawshing Tech, Lynn Tech, and Ray Lawrence Tech, because they all have similar adult programs going to feed that industry that is in need of workers. So there's a lot that can happen here, and we're trying to make it place
No,
for everyone.
it sounds fantastic, and this has been a result of many, many, many years of cooperation between the Essex County, the North Shore Vocational School, and the Aggie. So the Aggie is really part of this facility right now. What kind of agricultural programs do we have?
We have natural resources, environmental science, landscaping, arboriculture, horticulture, companion animals, vet science. We're actually going to be opening up an angel hospital in the fall. And our kids are doing some of the construction work. So the laborers, the program with Gloucester that we told you about, they did all of the demolition work of the existing small animal building. And then now we have the plumbers in there. So plumbers are in there, our plumbing department kind of running on new pipe. And then the electricians will be in there. So. And then we actually have a meeting tomorrow with Angel Hospital just to kind of review the equipment for it.
Is that going to be like a cooperative effort with the hospital itself?
Yep. We'll actually have a veterinarian on site. And some of our students will actually be able to be on co-op there because it will be a live animal clinic.
Great.
Yes.
So it'll be a service for the community?
For the community, yes. Yep. And their focus is also on not just the community, but low income, and as well as veterans will also get a reduced fee. So they'll have regular paying fees, but then also veterans will have a reduced fee as well.
Great. That sounds like a fantastic addition.
Yes.
Because I remember 20 years ago, we used to have cows and horses and everything else in the backfield. That doesn't seem to happen right now.
Oh, no, oh yeah, no,
You
you
do?
should go, go take
Just-
a walk. Actually, equine, I forgot to say equine
We keep
studies
them
too.
in the backfield though.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Down by the pond?
Yep.
Yes,
So we just had some baby cats.
We had this year we only have one calf thus far.
And then we just finished lambing season, which I didn't know it was a season.
Joe has been working with the farm manager, really on making sure that the animals that we're taking in, the farm animals, are appropriate to the curriculum that our students are learning. So we've worked really hard this year
Yeah.
to get that.
Now, you also mentioned to me about a month ago that you have not a photography, but producing a film.
Media tech.
Media.
Yes, yeah. We actually have somebody working at PBD Access TV right now on co-op there.
Okay.
That's part of our design and visual communication program.
Because what we're doing is we're always looking for volunteers or interns for our programming.
Okay.
because
Sure.
it takes more than one or two people to run the filming. And we're looking for volunteers, so.
We can hook you up. So Lisa Berube, who is our co-op coordinator, she also coordinates internships.
Okay.
So internships are unpaid,
Right.
and they're limited to a trimester. That way we can rotate kids through that internship. And then co-op is more long-term, you know, a year-long program. But the internships we can definitely work on.
How many students are there involved in the media program?
So it is part of another program, which is design and visual, so the kids kind of cycle through, but there's approximately 50 students.
Wow,
50 to
that's
60,
pretty
yeah.
extensive.
Yeah.
Well, we can use some of them.
Well, it's like the creative arts, you know, we do have a lot of creative kids here, and very creative, and when we added the media piece, we just added it last year, and there's a lot of interest in going that route. And you know, the performing arts too is just, has blossomed here, so.
Well, people don't realize how much time it takes and how much effort it takes to do the program. And that will give them the experience of, you know, actually contributing.
Absolutely. Yeah, with editing and.
It's been a challenge to get programs that are community-based, tend to go to more generic paid programs,
Yeah.
which kind of defeats the purpose of
Community-based, right?
And early on, you know, in the early years, there were quite a few members and young people that were involved, but for whatever reason, the interest has kind of dropped off over time.
Okay.
Well, further interesting, we offer the ability to even come on and do your own program.
Right.
And Mark and I over the years have done various programs. So it's fascinating to see the guys come across and like I started out just way long ago.
Yeah.
And the technology has entirely changed.
Changed, right, yeah.
John is the godfather of DCAT.
Oh, there you go.
But this is one of the problems, is we need people today who have the ability to
Right.
do the technology.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
doing the programs is easy, you just have to, I call it bullshit artists.
With the advent of YouTube and online media, it's it's easier for people just to produce their own produce their own
Right.
product and come to their home. But the quality of the cameras that we have available kind of outdoes what most consumers have.
Yes, and we were able to get a grant a couple of years ago that we have all brand new cameras, and so we're pretty fortunate to be able to have that. And then they had a small TV studio across the hall at Smith, but it really wasn't convenient for the kids, you know, to go over there for 1 period and then come back. So we created a space down in that area. So when we do the tour, we can show you that space. And we can introduce you to the teacher as well, because obviously we want to have a relationship with Danvers Public Access TV, because it's a great resource. Actually, did you meet Tessa? Somebody met Tessa Amoroso. She's our DBC teacher. I don't know who, I thought it was from Danvers.
Because we have one of your alumnus or alumni.
Oh, okay.
What's his name? I can't remember his name right now, but no, it wasn't David. It was the other guy with the beard. But he was he was, I think, this was about 4 or 5 years ago, right in the beginning, the first program he was here. And he enjoyed the facility. Now he's working for DCAT.
That's great.
And that turned out to be a good experience for him. So he's always glowing about it. Do we have an alumni association for the Essex Tech yet?
We do. We're working on it as a nonprofit, but we have a committee that's meeting.
So part of what we're doing is an alumni subcommittee that is comprised of some of the people that were alumni of North Shore Tech, and some had attended Essex Abbey. So we're kind of coming together and creating an umbrella of Essex North Shore Agricultural and Technical School. So both of those organizations, the students that graduated from both of those schools, are still very true to their own school, but they're part of the bigger school now. And as these kids graduate, it's a great place for them. So we have some fun alumni events that we're looking for in the fall. We have a tailgate planned for coming, and just more.
When is graduation?
June 7th, and Bonnie was able to secure a fabulous keynote speaker. No?
Well, yes, but
Oh,
is it a
were you
secret?
Oh! The speaker? I said keynote speaker.
Oh, keynote speaker, yeah. So Governor Baker is going to be coming up to Essex for our graduation. I think that he is vested in workforce development and really sees the different programs that we're trying to implement here. And it's a privilege, and our kids will be so excited.
So we have benefited from Governor Baker and their workforce skills cabinet over $1 million in grant funding. So he's been a huge supporter of vocational education and making sure that we have the equipment that we need to be able to be successful. So
Because part of their biggest mission is the economy, and they need to have workers for the economy. So they do partner with vocational schools and have partnered a lot with Essex Tech, saying what are you going to do with this equipment? So it has to be relative to an industry that's in need of training. So there's been a large amount of equipment for construction craft labor, and especially advanced manufacturing and robotics. And
Get workforce, otherwise employers will just go somewhere else.
it's true. Yeah, and I mean, that's part of the whole advanced manufacturing crisis right now, because if they can't find enough workers, then they won't sustain. And even the bigger companies like GE that we can read about have been awarded recently some pretty substantial government contracts. They need workers, and they have a lot of companies around here that subcontract for them. So we work closely with Mass Hire, a great organization to partner with, and we've been pretty successful in trying to understand where the need is, and that's how we can build the programs for our students and for the adult community, and just for the community overall.
But I would like to thank you for inviting us to this lunch and having the participation that we have. We have our architect, we have our head workforce development, and we have the facilities manager. So he's making sure that this thing is run well, and we appreciate the time that you've spent with us. One thing that I like to do is promote our own program, because you guys are going to be on Danvers Cable, and if you're on Verizon, you're going to be on channel 36, and Comcast is 99. So John and Matt and I have been doing this program. Well, John and I have been doing this program for the last 12, 13 years. So we go back to the beginning, and like I said, John is the godfather of the topics of the town, or what was it called before? The topics of the town, and we named it news. So we want to present you in the best light. This is a wonderful facility, and I don't know whether I'm going to use that or not, but I'm going to have that saved, and we'd like to take a tour.
absolutely.
Tour to the different areas of the building.
So it's going to take, you have 4 hours?
No.
Just to tell you, one of the other shows I did do was called Ticked Off. So you can see what.
So we'll try not to do that.
We don't want to be on that.
We don't want to be on that show.
Well, listen. Like we say at the show, at the beginning of the show, we report the truth. sometimes we're not comments added. So that's fine, but it's a show that's been produced for many years, but it also contributes to the fabric of the town because people don't want to talk about certain items. I don't know, I haven't seen any program about the Essex Tech. This is inside that building. And, you know, this is a wonderful facility. The water treatment plant where your student was there. What was her name?
Oh my gosh, hold on.
You don't
Because we have a
remember
couple
either.
of kids and.
Yeah, she was,
Hold on, I'll pull it
she
up.
was a young lady that was very good about, you know, how we approached the subject.
Lorraine Herring.
There you go, that's it. Lorraine. So she's graduating this year, right? So she's had her experience.
We also have a student that's working at Hancock Associates
I
in
know that
Danvers.
well,
And he did the survey work. That student, alongside Hancock, did the survey work for the Larkin Cottage. So this school really is a community-based school. That's our intention. And so we look forward to working with you more closely with the media tech department and maybe having some shows.
Maybe Hawk Talk.
Oh, Hawk Talk. There you go. See?
Hawk Talk.
Bonnie's the star. She'll be the star. She's going to be the roving reporter.
TikTok.
We'll give you the camera.
The kids would love that to make a show. So that might be great for them if they start interning over there.
There you go. No, it's been great. We want to thank you very much for having us here. And this will be shown probably early next week.
Get them on. What? Yeah. To the window.
This is a nice shot.
Yeah. Seth Moulton's office is working with the GE Foundation. We were in a meeting there this morning because one of the things they need to do is to be able to start an excitement about the possibility of manufacturing. People don't really know what it is. That's one of the teachers.
Yep.
Here. Plumbing is one of the fields that we are looking to fill. This is one of the needs in the world of work. And construction trades is an area where there is a high demand for students. We work, this is one of our teachers, Jim Russell. He has a high amount of students out on co-op because there's such a need. We also are going to be expanding our adult programs next year to include Tier 5 and Tier 4, which is what we have now, but we're also introducing a Tier 1 because there's a lot of students from other schools that come through. They graduate from high school. They don't have the skills that these students have because they didn't have the opportunity to be in a vocational school. So we're going to be opening that starting in September for any students that might be interested in that because there's a tie to the workforce. There's a direct tie because the employers are here. They want the workers. Also, these students here are going to be working on the lock-in project that we told you about with the architects. They also are going to be working in Smith Hall over the summer under the Learn to Earn grant. And it really is something sentimental to the students when they have something that they create 20 years from now.
Yeah, we get a little publicity lately, so I created some interest.
Oh,
I
okay.
think people realize how big you are.
Yeah, it's a great school. I mean, I wish this was around when I was in school. You know, they're getting a lot of good skills. Yeah,
Well,
tradesmen of the future.
The one thing is the plumbers are going to take over this world.
Well,
There's so much work. The state building inspector, John Bennett, when I went up to have the signature on something up at Tocqueville Fairground, it was really right after the unfortunate issue that happened in the Merrimack Valley. And he was saying about the plumbers and gas fitters, they're gonna have work for years and years.
It's always been, even in the downturns when I was in business for myself, we never were not busy. It's just one of those trades that there's so much of it. You have to be licensed, you know, we're all older, you know, the average age is like 56 or so, licensed plumbers. So this is set up for the next 50 years. I mean, these guys have made, you know, if they just learn and buy into it, and you know, but it's all good stuff. There's no bad points to this school in general. You know, the skills that they learn. So.
It's really exciting at Essex and at all the vocational schools, but I mean, even just speaking about this one, when you look at these students in this building, they go to academics for 5 days, and then they come to their technical program for 5. It's never the same thing. You know, they're constantly moving, they're constantly learning, and a lot of the learning is interconnected. We have a lot of integration projects that go on between all of the shops.
My name is Mr. Gagnon. I'm the sophomore electrical instructor here. I have a couple students working on some projects installing electrical metallic tubing into their project walls, which is replicating a commercial installation with the metal studs as opposed to wood studs. One of which I think is just getting starting on his EMT project as well. They just transitioned from metal clad or MC tubing.
That's the new technology, right?
Well, it's been around a little while,
Old
but
new.
it's just different wiring methods, basically.
So you teach them every step of the way you go through.
Right, all the different wiring methods, so they've already advanced through Romex or NM cable, which is what you'd find in your residence, and then behind you we have some examples of MC cable right behind you. And then again, what they're working on is EMT, which is this conduit or pipe that's laying on the floor that they're cutting and installing in between their metal boxes, again, to replicate what you might find in a commercial building, such as the school here.
And this is all being geared towards the Massachusetts building code.
Absolutely, yep, the Mass Electrical Code in unison with the National Electrical Code. There's a certain amount of changes that Massachusetts does to the National Electrical Code.
Any changes this year?
It's up and coming, 2020, so
right.
It's been a few years rolling now, since 2017 was the last big change.
Thank you very much for letting us come into your little world here.
And this is another area that there is a need for workers. So aside from our own CTE students, we're looking to expand access to students from other schools. Specifically, we'll be partnering with Salem and Peabody on that, and also expanding our adult education program to include an intro. Because right now, the students that come back for their licensing and their theory classes are students that have come through this program, whether it's at our school or another vocational school. But moving forward, we want to be able to offer this kind of training to students from any schools, and they need somewhere to start. So they'll be able to start here in September. Two of the technical programs that we have in our life and natural science programs are health assisting and dental assisting. They're two of our most popular programs. The healthcare field is in demand of workers. It is an ever-growing field. It's one of our critical industries on the North Shore and across the region. So there is plenty of job opportunities for students. When they walk out of this school, they can have a job in the field. Many of them plan to go to college, and some of them plan to do both. So it's a great opportunity. Healthcare is a great field to be in, as well as construction.
Thank you.
We're about to go into the technology and services area of the school. Two of our largest programs in this are advanced manufacturing and engineering. Both of them are kind of tied to each other. There's a lot of crossover between those two programs. We have a new room down here that the students designed, and it's filled with 3D printers for additive manufacturing. Some of the equipment in there, the majority of it was attained through the governor's capital grant. It's because, again, if manufacturing is a field that's in need of workers and the economy is a priority, then that's where the equipment is going to come to feed those kind of programs. So we can show you that.
Thank you.
So this is a new room that was constructed last year. It was designed by our students. You can see it used to be lockers that came down. Some of the equipment that we have in here are laser engravers. We also have 3D printers. And these students here are most likely designing some kind of CAD design to use on one of the lasers if they're going to make something.
They can make parts.
They can make parts, they can...
Components,
Yep.
right. Great, thank you.
Yep.
Go ahead, just introduce yourself and then just tell us a little bit about that.
This? Hi, I'm Jack Donovan. I'm from Danvers, and I'm a sophomore machine tech. And currently we are trying to set up a machine to run a metal part and make a finished product.
Great.
Yeah.
And do I just say the same thing? Okay. Hi, I'm Kevin Rush. I'm from Salem, and I'm a sophomore. We're working on the CNC mini mill here. We're trying to use the code from the part and to turn this metal block into a new design that we've created.
Now, what did you win for a medal?
I won.
For what?
So, okay, CNC technician specialist, and I went on to states to compete in the finals for the states.
You won the medal, right?
Yeah.
I won a gold medal in CNC milling at districts. I won to states too.
Well, these guys competed against seniors. They're only sophomores, so
Yeah.
they won medals over upperclassmen from other schools. So I would say they're advanced.
Great, thank you very much.
So this is our animal plant and science building. Some of the programs that we have in here are our companion animal vet tech. We have natural resources. We have environmental technology. We have horticulture, and there are a couple of others. I hope I don't forget them all.
This is where I can learn how to do my garden, right?
This is right, yeah. $10 an hour.
Those back white tables over there.
Yeah.
That's where we grow our lettuce.
What about weed? Or weed in here? No?
Don't give me any ideas.
Yeah, there's good money in that. I don't know about flowers. I don't know about money in flowers.
Will you guys be having a flower sale soon?
I just saw this that building.
Okay, you want to give us a rundown?
So if you kind of can look all around, this is a huge area of the school that is dedicated to agriculture. In the background there are cows up on those fields. Some of them are lying down. I think that means there's going to be rain. And we have our equine science program over here. That's one of our technical programs, technical agricultural programs. We do have a small animal building that is up here that we talked about earlier in the meeting. That's going to be renovated to form a partnership with Angel Hospital, where we'll have
Veterinary
services,
right.
yeah, veterinary services for the community. That white building is a ring. A lot of our students are equestrian, especially the ones that are in the equine science program, so it's a riding ring for them. This barn is where all of our horses are. It's a day today that most of them are outside, so you'll probably be able to see them as we exit the barn area. These horses are an instrumental part of the equine science program, obviously, and they are cared for by the students in that program as well as the instructors.
You want to be in the picture?
So we just got the belted Galloways from a gentleman, Peter, in Boxford. So we're trying to now extend our breeds. So we have, instead of just one breed of each animal, we have 3 different breeds of each animal. That way it's more experience for kids, for vet tech programs and whatnot. So when we have students leaving here, they have a little bit more experience with different breeds, different animals, instead of just one breed. So we got the belted Galloways, we got some
Now,
sheep.
what is a Delta Galloway?
Those are cattle. So cattle.
That's
Yep.
And your name is?
Wes Levin. Yep.
That's what I wanted to get.
Yep. So then we're also dealt with a gentleman, Nicholas, from trying to have a brain thing here. But he's another local farmer that we got the Dorset lambs from. So now we're partnering up with local farms, selling our lambs to local farms. Instead of bringing them to auction, we have local farms buying them, and in turn, if we need to purchase animals from them. So kind of the partnership with that.
The local partnership
Exactly.
with the local farmers.
With all local farmers.
They're all small now,
Correct.
but they're still
Correct.
in action.
Correct.
Well,
So,
thank you very much for sharing that with us.
You're very welcome.
Give us a little background.
So we brought her in today. This is number 49. We brought her in for a pregnancy check. So she's given us multiple calves. We confirmed that she's not pregnant. So now with that, we inseminate all the cattle.
Artificially?
Artificially inseminate all the cattle. With that, now we've tried multiple times with her, so it's time for her to ship out. So we'll check with local farms, see if they're interested. If not, we'll bring her to auction. And with that money, then we'll purchase in some more cattle.
How old is she?
She was born in, we believe she was about 9 to 10 years old. But with that money that we get from her, we'll purchase a different breed. We're looking into maybe some low-line Angus or something else. But we had our first calf just born this year, which was a little heifer, which we're happy, because last year we had only 2 bull calves. So usually with the bull calves, we'll grow them out a little bit and send them right out. We just keep the heifers for production, keeping them going. We got those are the 2 belted Galloway heifers over there in the pen there. So what we do is when we get new animals in from other farms, they may have worms, they may need to be, the vaccinations may not be up to date. So we quarantine them for 4 weeks, we had the sheep that are on the other pen next to them deworm today. So they're almost at time we can let them in with the others, but we deworm them and we make sure everything's good. The students work